Good evening and welcome here inside Odell Arena on the campus of Taylor University for tonight's non-conference men's basketball matchup between the Red Lions of Lincoln Christian University and the Trojans of Taylor University. Rick Johnston here with you tonight. This is the Marion General Hospital pregame show as Taylor has their next 4 games, including tonight, coming up at home. They're here tonight, they're here next Tuesday, they're here a week from tonight, and then they're back here at home again on January 2nd in the final 4 non-conference games of the year before they jump back into league competition. That will come up on January 5th. Taylor, a big win over Goshen this past Saturday, 71-68 in overtime. Ryan Robinson had 7 of the Trojans' 9 overtime points, or 7 of their 10 overtime points, as they improved to 5-8 on the year, 3-2 in Crossroads League action. They're now in a 6-way tie for second place at that 3-2 mark. Everybody trailing Spring Arbor, who's at 4-1, but the Trojans are the only team to defeat Spring Arbor this season in league action. Lincoln Christian comes in with a 7-7 overall record. Their last game was last Thursday, an 88-74 win on the road at Lindenwood Belleville. It was just their second road win of the season. We'll take a break here on the Marion General Hospital pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews. This is Taylor Men's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to the Marion General Hospital pregame show. Now time to catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, as they get ready to take on Lincoln Christian tonight. And it's been obviously an interesting week. This is your 6th year here, so it's your 6th time having to deal with scheduling practices around finals week and final exams for the guys. What do you try to accomplish during this week, and how do you try to schedule and make sure you guys get enough practice time but also enough time to rest and get the guys enough time to study?
Yeah, I thought it worked out in our advantage. We took a day off on Tuesday, so kind of mixed up the exam week. We got after it Monday. I thought the guys had great energy all 3 practices this week. Our focus in the past has been to try to not add anything during this week, to really just make it about competition and skill and sweating and being together, knowing that they've got really important stuff going on outside of the gym. So our guys have shown maturity. I feel like they finished strong, and it's always a nice feeling when you get that last exam done as a group.
There's obviously a log jam in the Crossroads League right now for the second place spot. You're right in the middle of it with 5 or 6 other teams. The good news is you kind of hold a tiebreaker because you're the only team that's beaten Spring Arbor, who's at the top of the standings right now. How important was last Saturday's overtime win over Goshen for the guys?
Yeah, monstrous for Crossroads League standing, as you know. When you have a chance to get a Crossroads League game that's just there to grab, you got to grab them. You got to get as many of those as you can, especially on our home court. And it's as a response to Silent Night and that outcome. And I think it showed the character of this group, the kind of resilient nature of this group, and they're fun to coach. We really enjoy them. So good for our guys and good for our program. I think it helped feed a focused week for us, classroom and on the floor. And we'd sure like to see that come out in game play tonight.
Vincent Miranda only had 6 points in the win over Goshen on Saturday, but he scored 5 in a row that kickstarted the 19-2 run to close the first half that allowed you guys to tie Goshen at the break. How can you try to bottle that up? He also had a career-high 8 rebounds. How can you bottle that up to make it kind of a launching point to make him a nice spark off the bench for the guys?
Yeah, I told you the other day he's an energizer, so we need his energy. Sometimes it can even be too much because he just can do so much. He's bursty and he's athletic and he's a playmaker, but we want that. We want his energy, and he's got the ability to really score it in bunches at times, but he's a playmaker, and then he's a feisty dude on both ends of the floor, takes pride defending, and I think you had mentioned maybe a career high in rebounds. Pretty impressive for maybe a 6'1" guard or whatever he is. So, man, he's valuable for us. All our guys are valuable, but we're proud of Vince and how he stayed with it and carved out a role that is so critical for our team.
Your top 2 rebounders, to continue with our rebounding thing, are both freshmen with CJ Pena and Jason Hubbard. Mm-hmm. Your top 2 freshmen, 4 games over the next 2 weeks,
3 here the next week, and then 1 on January 2nd, all non-conference. How important are these next 4 games for Jason and CJ to kind of get into a groove before you guys jump back into league play on January 5th?
Yeah, I think it's important for them. I think it's important for our whole team. We told our guys earlier this week this is kind of a branding time for our team. We kind of throw out whatever we know we don't need going into this conference grind, but also brand the way we want to play. Really sound, of course, energetic. We want to be great on the glass, as you mentioned with those 2 guys. And I think for our entire team, it's a little bit of a mindset and a psyche in the next couple of weeks with 4 home games and non-conference games. So take a little bit of pressure off how you need to play. We just want Taylor basketball over this time. We get to feed that mindset, and I think that'll set us up well to get into conference play.
We're catching up with Taylor head coach Josh Andrews before their game tonight with Lincoln Christian. The Red Lions like to take a lot of threes, so if you're a fan of the three-point shot, tonight is the game for you, but they do not rebound the ball particularly well. Is that the key for your guys to come out with another win here tonight on the home floor?
Yeah, I hopefully for all the three-point interested fans, they see none from our opponent because we take away the three-point line. But yeah, they really shoot it. They shoot a lot of threes, and they shoot it really well. And run a nice ball screen motion and stay pretty patterned. And we've got to be disciplined and tough and meet some assignments. And sure, got to clean the glass and like to play in the open floor and just be really strong with the basketball. And I think it puts our guys in a good position to have a chance to get a win.
Zach Thompson, number 41, their leading scorer, 18 points tonight. He shoots 50% from the floor. He shoots 50% from 3. And by the way, he's also 6 feet 5 inches tall. How do you try to slow him down tonight? Yeah,
and he's great off the pick and pop, and that's always tough on an empty side. So we've got a couple different packages we'll use to keep him on his toes. We'd love to contest that 3, be there on the catch is our phrase, and bring some pressure to those guys at the arc. And then we got to limit them to 1 shot. If we do that, it puts us in a good position.
Josh, thanks for the time, and good luck tonight.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Rick.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 15, Burley Hopkins. At guard, a 6'3" junior, number 21, Cornelius Lawhorn. And at forward, a 6'5" senior, number 41, Zach Thompson. The Red Lions are coached by Donnie Isles, assisted by Brady Cremens and Nick Ratcliffe. And now fans, on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. At guard, a 5'10" junior from Hamilton, Ohio, number 13, Ryan Robinson. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Tipton, Indiana, number 15, Mason Degenkolb. At forward, a 6'5" freshman from Miamisburg, Ohio, number 24, Jason Hubbard. At forward, a 6'4" sophomore from Lawrence, Indiana, number 31, James McLeod. And at forward, a 6'7" senior from Wheaton, Illinois, number 25, Chip Hagelin. The Trojans are coached by Josh Andrews, assisted by Quinn McDowell and Kyle Stidham.
So the normal starting 5 for the Trojans, same one that Lincoln Christian has trotted out there for most of the season. The guards in the backcourt for LCU, Garrett Isles and Nate Parks. Nate Parks, a familiar name to the Crossroads League foes. He's a transfer from Bethel College. They also have Brady Hopkins at guard, Cornelius Lawhorn at guard, and Zach Thompson, who's their leading scorer, will jump in the center circle with Jake Hageland here tonight. He stands at 6'5". He averages 18 points a contest. The Trojans with their normal starting 5. The ball tapped to the backcourt. Taylor wins the tip, and they'll have the opening possession. Tonight's officials, Kevin Smith, Scott West, and Kenny Ludlow. Taylor from left to right and white. They have the opening possession. Here's Hageland just outside the left elbow with the shorter Thompson defending. Outside the left side arc, Robinson drives. Couldn't run the screen and roll with Hageland. They'll work the ball to the near sideline and Hubbard. To the right block and Hageland, opening possession of the contest. 10 to shoot. Hageland using that size, banking in, but he'll throw it over the glass. It's rebounded weak side by Lawhorn, and then Hageland gets tied up with the smaller Lawhorn, taking him down to the floor. That's the first foul against the Trojan tonight. Cornelius Lawhorn was there for the uncontested weak side rebound. He averages 6 a ball game. And his feet got tangled up with the big fella Jake Hageland. And 26 seconds into the opening half, Taylor's whistled for the opening foul. Here's Lincoln Christian's opening possession. They go from right to left in black with white numbers and white letters trimmed in red. Garrett Isles, right side arc, defended by Jason Hubbard. He picks up the bounce and will work between the circles to Hopkins. Parks near sideline around the Lawhorn screen with Robinson defending. He gets inside out to Isles, who will drive inside the arc with 9. Left-hand dribble. The lefty tries a spot, almost traveled. Down low to Thompson, who rolled away, and he lays it in with the left hand. A late shot clock possession there for Lincoln Christian, as it looked like Isles was just dribbling time away. He found a cutting Thompson, and Lincoln Christian takes an early 2-0 lead. Just over a minute into the opening half. Hubbard drives outside of Degenkolb, fakes a 3, got into the paint. He'll throw it to the left wing in McLeod. Outside the arc, the ball spun. Again, faking a 3 is Degenkolb, who holds it from straight on. Right hand bounce, floats it back outside, and Robinson comes to get it with 6 to shoot. Fakes to his right, goes to his left with 4 to shoot. Backs all the way out. A 3 over Thompson for the lead is good from straight on. Robinson joined the 1,000-point club on Friday night, a week ago tonight, in the Silent Night contest against Grace Christian. And now he has 1,025 points in his career, and Taylor takes their first lead. They're up 3-2. Lawhorn high right side to the far sideline, and Hopkins with Degenkolb defending in the man-to-man, bouncing outside to Isles, who's a 41% three-point shooter. Lawhorn from the high right side bangs with Hagelin to throw it off the glass, but it misses short, and McLeod is there for the rebound for Taylor. Trojans from left to right, leading by 1, 2 minutes into the opening half. Taylor in white as Degenkolb drives baseline left to the corner, and Hubbard who will tee up a 3, and that one too strong off the back rim, and Hagelin hauls down the miss for TU. Degenkolb resets in the half court. Drives the block right, outside the arc, Hagelin, who gives it right back to Degenkolb. Left-hand dribble into the paint. There goes Mason, and he banks it in for a 2. After falling behind 2-0, Taylor has scored 5 in a row from their junior backcourt. First a 3 from Robinson, and now a driving 2 from Mason Degenkolb, and Taylor leads 5-2, 2.5 into the game. Thompson near side arc, he'll throw it. This one bangs off the bottom of the glass, and the ricochet is hauled in by Hubbard on the left side of the floor. First turnover there by Lincoln Christian as they look to be trying to find the cutting Parks on the baseline left. Degenkolb outside the arc, left-hand drive again, shoved on the take. And a blocking foul, and a bump will be called against Brady Hopkins, his first, and the first one against the visitors from Illinois. Taylor 4-0 all-time against Lincoln Christian. The last 3 games have all been happened on Taylor's Silent Night game. The most recent game in 2016. Degenkolb, a little shimmy shake, whips it to the corner, and his classmate Robinson 1 for 1 from 3. And now let's make it 2 for 2 as Robinson rainbows home a left corner 3 ball. 8-0 jaunt for the Trojans. They lead by 6. 3 minutes into half 1. Isles, Lawhorn passes up the 3. He's only taken 1 on the year. Parks drives, goes back to Lawhorn. Right wing, fakes a long 2, got into the paint. He's tied up, and they'll call a blocking foul against Jake Hageland. And that is danger for the Trojans. They are thin on the front line with no Emmanuel Boitin for about the second week in a row. So the second one against Jake, he'll go to the bench. CJ Pena comes in to replace him. So Pena will be in the front court with Hubbard and McLeod. That's a lot of length up front with the 6'6" Pena and Hubbard and the 6'5" McLeod, who's no slouch in the wingspan department as well. Hubbard fights around a screen, and a moving screen will be called against Zach Thompson of Lincoln Christian as they try to get Garrett Isles open for a right corner 3 try. That's Thompson's first and the team's second. So a foul each against Hopkins and Thompson's for Lincoln Christian. And both Taylor fouls are against Jake Hageland. 8-2 the Taylor lead, 3.5 minutes in, half 1. Taylor from left to right and white. Robinson has 6 of the first 8. Around him, Pena screen, back to him. Fakes a 3, he'll drive right to the cup, right to the rim for a beautiful right-handed finger roll. CJ Pena attacks from the left wing, and Taylor on a 10-0 burst, and they're ahead by 8. The first bucket of the game was Thompson's of Lincoln Christian. Since then, they have been scoreless. A little shimmy, shake, and drive. Lawhorn goes into the air and will draw a foul with his back to the basket. Lincoln Christian 0 for 2 from the floor since that opening basket. Foul on CJ, his first, team's third. And that will send Cornelius Lawhorn to the line for 2, where he is an excellent free throw shooter at 82% this season for the junior from Warner Robins, Georgia. But that one will be missed long off the heel of the rim. Lincoln Christian looking for their first point since the opening minute. They're in a 3-minute scoreless drought right now, and that will end as Lawhorn knocks down the second of 2 free throws. That cuts the Lincoln Christian deficit to 10-3. 4 minutes gone, opening half. Taylor from left to right in white. Lincoln Christian defends in black. They're in the man-to-man. Nice aggressive drive, Degenkolb, but his shot is recycled by Parks after he blew the doors off of Isles. Hopkins up the near sideline, inside the arc to Thompson, trying to back down Pena with his right hand. Goes right in for a too easy right-hand layup. Second field goal for Thompson. He's got 4. And after a scoreless drought of 3+ minutes, Lincoln Christian back to within 5. Robinson trying to push it to 8, but his 3 is off the right side of the rim and rebounded down low by Nate Parks. LCU quickly up the floor. They find the trailing Parks as the Red Lions go from right to left in black. Isles a deep 3. The lefty will rattle it halfway down, and then it bounces out. Lincoln Christian's first try from deep is a miss. Robinson attacking. Crossover right hand goes up. He lost it out of bounds on a blocked shot from Lincoln Christian. And that'll bring us to our first media timeout. 15:22 remaining in the opening half. It's Taylor 10 and Lincoln Christian 5 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
We do want to apologize for you folks watching on both YouTube and Facebook tonight. No scoreboard graphic. We're a little undermanned with our normal student crew. Everyone has left campus for finals. It's almost like a ghost town here in Upland, Indiana, as all the kids have gone home for the Christmas break. But the basketball team's still here, and our trusty assistant sports information director, Ethan McGarvey, on the camera tonight. Vincent Miranda to Evan Crow. They both came in during the timeout, and Crow drives and goes to the left corner, and Degenkolb driving in, right-hand floater, good for another deuce. Second field goal for Degenkolb. He's got 4, and Taylor back in front by 7 out of the media timeout. They lead 12-5. So Crow and Miranda replace Hubbard and Robinson. Thompson near side arc with McLeod right there with him step for step. Still the starting 5 on the floor for Lincoln Christian. Parks catches around a screen by Lawhorn to the outside, and Isles with 9 to shoot. Lefty into the corner. Parks thought about a 3. Crow chases him off the arc. Parks drives a fadeaway shot. Will catch the back rim and dance off. Rebounded by Vincent Miranda, coming off that career-high 8 rebounds on Saturday in the win over Goshen for TU. Miranda has it. Left sideline to Degenkolb. Pena there for the right side screen. Degenkolb takes, draws 3 defenders. Had Pena behind for a moment, and he'll deal off to Miranda, right side of the floor. Here's Pena, handoff to Miranda, going right back to his right, jump stop, knocked out of his hands, and a reach-in foul is called against someone from Lincoln Christian. It'll be Cornelius Lawhorn, his first, and number 3 against the Red Lions here in the opening half. Here comes Micah Davis, a name familiar to the Taylor Trojans. He's the transfer from Indiana Wesleyan. He replaces Brody Hopkins. Davis, the junior, spent his first 2 seasons at Indiana Wesleyan, and a nice inbounds pass from Miranda to Crow for a left-hand finish. Taylor up by 9, their largest lead here of the night. Their previous largest lead was 7. Isles drives, caught at the mid-post left, bouncing outside to Thompson. Their leading scorer has 4, their first 5. He also has the only 2 made field goals for the visitors tonight. Isles around the screen, lefty drives in, and he'll bank it in from the left side of the glass on an awkward-looking shot. Garrett Isles got into the body of Vincent Miranda and glassed it home for his first points. Just the second Red Lion player to make a field goal. And Lincoln Christian down 7, 14-7. Miranda pops out, left wing, elevator screen up top, gets Crow free for a 3. That one long. McLeod tracks it but couldn't get his right hand onto it. The rebound is Davis's, flips outside to Thompson, wants his first 3 of the night. That one short off the left side of the rim. It'll bounce up and hit off the basket support in the shot clock, and Taylor will get the possession back. Thompson, a 50% three-point shooter, misses his first try from deep tonight. And Robinson checks back in for Taylor to replace his classmate Degenkolb. So it's McLeod, Robinson, Crow, Pena, and Miranda. 1 senior, 1 junior, 2 sophomores, and Pena, the freshman. 2-3 zone here by Lincoln Christian. Crow picks up the bounce, left sideline to Robinson, who has a team-high 6 points. McLeod drives, pulls up, 8-foot jump shot, rainbows in clean. First bucket for McLeod, and Taylor back in front by a game-high tying 9, 16-7. 3 on the other end, good from Micah Davis from the left side, and a 30-second timeout taken here by Taylor head coach Josh Andrews, and he is not happy in any way, shape, or form. Davis just a 30% three-point shooter, but he caught Taylor napping there in transition and knocks down the first 3 ball of the night here for Lincoln Christian. We'll keep it here. Trims that Taylor lead down to 6 with 13:04 to go in our opening half. Stat monitor is a little slow on the uptick here, so we'll try to get some updated numbers to you from a team shooting standpoint. Taylor's still shooting the ball fairly decently. 3-point shooting a little bit down after Robinson 2 of 3 from the floor. No one else is at a 3 try. Crow 0 for 1 and Hubbard 0 for 1. So out of the 30-second Taylor timeout, they have the ball in a 6-point lead. 7 minutes gone, half one. Robinson, left side arc, left-hand dribble, back to Pena. He'll fire a 3 ball and hit it from the high left side. 5 for Pena off the bench after Hegelin got 2 quick early fouls. That's a good sign to see from the freshman C.J. Pena. That reestablishes a game-high tying 9-point Taylor lead at 19-10. Lawhorn back in, handoff to Isles. Pena switches. Lawhorn from 18 feet long. And here's Miranda for the right side rebound. He'll get fancy with the behind-the-back dribble as he veers back to the middle of the floor. His pass knocked away by Isles, but he still was able to tap it over to McLeod. Near sideline, Robinson. Right side high, Pena. Then a flip back out to Robinson. Around the Pena screen, back to him. Pena fakes, he'll drive. Down to the weak side, McLeod goes in, and they'll wave it off as they get Pena for the charge. It was Cornelius Lawhorn waiting for him underneath the basket, and Pena collided with him and draws the personal foul. That's CJ's second. He'll remain out there, and he's got to be careful. Hegeland will come back in to replace CJ. McLeod out, Hubbard back in for TU. And so Hegeland to replace Pena. Again, Taylor's thin on the front line with no Emmanuel Boitin for another game in a row. Hegeland playing with 2 personal fouls, and now Pena has to go to the bench with 2 personals. A 9-point Taylor lead. Isles trying to change that around a Thompson screen. Lawhorn, not a 3-shooter, over to Davis with the red sneakers. Around the screen, pulls up 18-foot jump shot. A line drive will hit the back of the rim and then drop right on through. Davis with 5 off the bench here for Lincoln Christian. And again, they trim the deficit back down to 7 with 11:45 to go before halftime. Robinson blows right away from Isles, goes in a floater off the glass. That's a hair too strong from the Taylor Trojans' leading scorer, Ryan Robinson. Lawhorn up the floor against Crow, got into his body, and he'll bank it in transition again. First field goal for Cornelius Lawhorn. That's the second or third time we have seen Lincoln Christian do that, and they've scored 5 quick points, and they've trimmed the deficit down to 5. Robinson, one-hand pass. Hegeland barrels right over Thompson, who flopped, and Hegeland puts it in with an easy right hand. Hegeland too big and too strong for Thompson. And Taylor back in front by 7, 21-14. So good answer there from Hegeland after the 4-0 burst. Lawhorn drives to the corner. Parks will be open for a 3, and that one missed, and Hubbard is there for the rebound. He's Taylor's second leading rebounder on the season. He'll run the point, almost carried with it as the ball bounced up near his shoulder. Robinson will jet to an open right wing. Miranda 3, which is good. First bucket for Vincent Miranda, and Taylor takes their first double-figure lead of the night. They're up 24-14 on a 5-0 burst. Near sideline, Isles, one of their better 3-point shooters, around the Thompson screen, who is their best 3-point shooter. And they'll get a blocking foul on Vincent Miranda as he was trying to defend the speedy Garrett Isles. First on Miranda, 5th one against TU. And Caleb Walters comes in for Lincoln Christian to bring a little more size to the proceedings. He replaces Thompson. Walters 6'7", he's a junior from Pleasant Plains, Illinois. 20 on the shoot, 20 to shoot. As the LCU bounces it into Parks, who holds on the left side circle. High right side, Lawhorn back to Parks, trying to post up the shorter Robinson. Parks cut off by Robinson. Pass up top that Hubbard almost stole away. Isles got it back. He pulls up and buries a lefty jumper from the free throw line. 4 for Garrett Isles. Taylor's lead back down to 8 at 24-16 with halfway home here in the opening stanza. Taylor from left to right in white. Lincoln Christian defends in black. Robinson gives a little bit of space. Inside the arc, hesitates, got to the baseline right, will jet one through traffic. Crow an extra pass to Miranda for the corner, and he hits this one from the other side of the floor. 6 in a row for Vincent Miranda, both on 3 balls. And Taylor takes an 11-point lead, up 27-16. 9:45 to go in the opening half. Here's Isles right sideline with Miranda defending. Around a Lawhorn screen, over his head, the pass goes Lawhorn from mid-post right. He'll softly switch home a J. 5 for Lawhorn on a crafty move by Garrett Isles, who threw that pass over his head right to Lawhorn. Crow, the handoff to Hubbard outside the arc, all the way out near the volleyball line. Hubbard gets it back, head of steam down the lane, knocked away, trying to get it back. It goes off of Parks' foot and out of bounds as he almost picked the pocket of Jason Hubbard of Taylor. Hubbard out, Mason Degenkolb back in for the Trojans. Walker Hartman in for the first time for Lincoln Christian, and Brody Hopkins back in for Lincoln Christian. They replace Isles and Parks. 14 to shoot for Taylor. They have Degenkolb, Robinson, Hageland, Crow, and Miranda. And they have a 9-point advantage. Handoff back to Robinson around the right side of the arc. Back to the near sideline. Crow blows right by Lawhorn into Walter. Missed the shot. And Crow will draw the foul on Caleb Walters. First on Walters, the 4th one against Lincoln Christian. And here's Evan Crow to the line for 2, where he's 4 of 6 this season, and he makes the first one. 3 for Evan Crow. And this to tie Taylor's largest lead of the night of 11. 9:13 to go in half number 1. And Evan makes both, rattling in the second. He's got 4 points off the Taylor bench, as the Trojans reserve have provided a nice spark here for the home team tonight. So it's Walters, Hopkins, Lawhorn, Hartman, and Davis, the 5 out there for Lincoln Christian. Davis holds baseline right. He'll drive and kick it all the way to the near side, and Hopkins, who tries to drive to the baseline left. Outside the arc, the pass goes to Hartman, now to the hands of Davis on the right sideline in front of the Taylor bench. Walters to the near sideline, and Hartman heels close to the near side boundary. 9 to shoot. Lawhorn whips one down low that Hageland easily intercepts. And now Taylor out and running with Robinson leading the charge. He'll go right in for a little shimmy shake finger roll that'll just die on the left side of the rim as Robinson hit the accelerator when he got to the free throw line. 8:35 to go in the opening half. Lincoln Christian with the ball. They trail by 11. They led briefly at 2-0. They have trailed ever since. Davis around a Lawhorn screen. Pass all the way to the near sideline. Hopkins, baseline left into Robinson. Threw it wildly. Got his own miss, and he put it home. Hopkins tried to spin it in from the left side glass, and he missed it badly. But he was right there for the rebound and an easy putback. First 2 for Hopkins. The chant is defense from the Lincoln Christian bench across from us. Taylor with a rock and a 9-point lead. Hageland against Walters into the paint. Crow will fire a 3 and hit it from the high left side. 7 for Evan Crow off the bench, and Taylor takes a game-high 12-point lead at 32-20. As we just passed 8 minutes to go in the opening stanza. Hartman shimmies. Around the arc it goes to Davis. Around a Walters screen. Degenkolb forces to pick up the bounce. Around the arc, the ball is spun again by LCU. Lawhorn, right side arc to the corner, and Hartman, a right wing 3. Nope. Rebounded by Miranda. And off to Robinson, left sideline. He'll veer to the middle of the floor. He'll flip it outside to Degenkolb, fakes a 3 and drives on Davis. Up top, Miranda wants his 3rd one, and he gets it from the top of the key. It's a full timeout for Lincoln Christian as the Taylor bench has been explosive tonight. Miranda with 9 off the bench and Crow with 7. And Taylor has a game-high 15-point lead, 35-20 with 7:31 to go in the opening half.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
The story of this opening half is the Taylor reserves. They've outscored Lincoln Christian by themselves 21-20. Crow with 7, Miranda with 9, and C.J. Pena with 5. Taylor has hit their last 5 threes in a row. They're 7 of 10 from behind the arc here in this opening half so far. Walters remains out there. It's Isles who gets the breather for Lincoln Christian. Their leading scorer, Zach Thompson, back on the floor. Around a screen goes Hopkins to Thompson and then to Davis high right side. He'll run to the left, around a screen again. Almost stepping out of bounds was Hartman. That left heel almost grazed the near boundary. 7:13 to go in the opening half. Lincoln Christian down by a game-high 15. Hopkins trying to change that with a driving banker. There's the third rebound for Vincent Miranda of Taylor. Here's Robinson trying to go end-to-end into Walters, and he throws it in off the high glass. First scoring in a long while for Robinson, and he's got 8 opening half points, and Taylor continues to add to their lead. They're up by 17. Thompson against Crow goes in. Shot was missed, and they call Evan for the foul. The only misstep that Taylor has had here in this opening half is the 6 fouls. Evans first, and a 2-shot trip here for Zach Thompson. So after going just 2 of 5 to start from three-point range, Taylor has made 5 in a row from deep. And Thompson, a normally good free throw shooter at 79%, will miss the first one here. Lincoln Christian is 9 of 18 from the floor. They are just 1 of 5 from deep. And they come in as one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country at 40% a night. Thompson missed the first. He'll make the second. He's got 5, tied with Micah Davis for team high honors. Davis, a player off the bench, a transfer from Indiana Wesleyan. 6:45 to go, half one. Taylor with the ball and a 16-point advantage. Degenkolb, left-hand bounce, backs it out near the volleyball line as Hopkins will defend him. Near sideline, a handoff Robinson, crossing over to the corner, and Degenkolb a 3. And Taylor has made 6 threes in a row, and Mason has just hit his first. He's got 7, and Taylor up 40-21. We've been waiting for the Taylor offense to break out of their shooting funk, and they have shot the lights out tonight. Thompson wants to answer with a 3, and he rainbows one in from the high right side. 8 for Thompson on his first made three-point basket. And the Taylor lead down to 16 at 40-24 with 6:05 to go before halftime. Degenkolb guarded tightly by Hartman. Whips one to Crow, driving left hand, baseline left, draws 2 defenders. Outside to a 15-foot McLeod jumper that was halfway down and out. Miranda with a rebound. Degenkolb wants to make another 3, and he does as Taylor has just hit their 7th three-point basket in a row. Degenkolb with 10 on the night, and Taylor up 43-24. Hopkins spins in the air, and he'll dish it down to Davis, who misses the layup. Rebounded by Crow. Robinson out and galloping. 3 defenders in front to the trailing Degenkolb, trying to go 3 in a row. And Mason Degenkolb does, as Taylor has hit 8 straight three-point baskets. And they've taken a game-high lead of 22 points. With 5:31 to go in the opening half, they lead Lincoln Christian 46-24. So on the back of an 8-for-8 run right now from three-point land, Taylor is 10 of 13 from long range. And they lead by a game-high 22 coming out of the LCU 30-second timeout. Pena and Hubbard back out there for TU, replacing Crow and Miranda. Garrett Isles with the ball. He's back out there for Lincoln Christian. Same thing for Cornelius Lawhorn. Hopkins around a Lawhorn screen, right down the lane, goes in. His shot was missed, and it's rebounded by Degenkolb of Taylor. He has scored 3 straight threes. McLeod dribbles behind his back into the near sideline. It goes to Ryan Robinson. Knocked out of his hands by Hartman, and he'll stay here with Taylor. So Taylor has made 8 straight three-point baskets. They're 10 of 13 from three-point range. They're shooting 68% from the floor overall. And they lead by 22. Degenkolb high left side. Pena there for the right side screen. Degenkolb won't take. He'll slalom in. Right-hand floater catches the rim and drops home for 2 more. Mason Degenkolb with 15 points here in this opening half. And Taylor up 48-24. Nice little drive from Hartman. He'll spot for 3 but miss. and the ball goes off the basket support. And a big shoulder shake there from Hartman shook him loose from Ryan Robinson. Hartman will exit. Nate Parks will come back in for Lincoln Christian. 4:40 to go in the opening half. Lincoln Christian, a 40% three-point shooting team on the year, is just 2 of 6 right now. They're 10 of 21 from the floor. Taylor 69%, and they're 77% from deep. They've made 8 straight threes. Degenkolb passes up a chance, drives up, pull up from the left elbow extended. That one long off the back iron. Just his second miss from the floor in the opening half. 4:24 to go in the opening stanza. Lincoln Christian with the ball, trailing by 24. Parks drives. Thompson, near sideline to Hopkins. Goes baseline left on Pena. Pass down to the cutting man is Parks, who puts it in with a right hand on a nifty dish by Hopkins. That makes the Taylor lead 48-26 on the first field goal by Parks tonight. Then a pass stolen by Thompson. Robinson takes it right back from him, but they call Ryan for the blocking foul as he cut right in front of the path of the bigger Thompson. First on Robinson. That's the 7th against Taylor. Ryan will exit, and Miranda will come back in to spell him. But we have a 1-and-1 upcoming here for Lincoln Christian. 4 minutes to go exactly here in this opening half. And Thompson with a 1-and-1 here. He's 1 for 2 from the line tonight. First try. Perfect. Rolling it in over the front rim. Now has 9 of the 27 points for Lincoln Christian. He's their leading scorer on the season and their leading scorer right now. Evan Crow will hustle to the scorer's table, did not get there in time. But he'll still be able to check in after Thompson swishes the second freebie. Crow returns for Taylor, replacing Pena. And the Taylor lead down to 20 at 48-28. Less than 4 to go in half one. Miranda, McLeod, Crow, Hubbard, and Degenkolb, the 5 for Taylor. McLeod holding well outside the left side arc. He is not a three-point shooter. Over to Degenkolb, who's 3 for 3 tonight. Hubbard quickly spins. Left side, Miranda blowing right in around the defender. Off the glass is good for 2. Miranda with 11 off the bench for the Trojans. Other way, Lawhorn in transition. No. And McLeod is there for the rebound. Taylor up 50-28. The Trojans out and galloping. Here's Degenkolb right to the rim for another deuce. 17 first half points for Mason Degenkolb. 5 off of his season high. And Taylor up 52-28. Hopkins around the Lawhorn screen. McLeod knocked it away. Crow there trying to save it off of somebody and went off of his teammate Miranda. Taylor poking, throwing their hands in there, trying to get every steal that they can. 18 to shoot as Isles will deal it in baseline left as Hubbard will guard the inbounds pass. Isles looking to his left, now looking to his right, and he'll bounce it into Lawhorn. Hopkins, a deep 3 left side, off the left side of the rim, hits the floor and rebounded by Taylor's Evan Crow. A 2 for 8 shooting performance behind the arc for Lincoln Christian. Normally, they are great from three-point range at 40%. Miranda, right hand bounce, back to his left around a big McLeod screen. Degenkolb takes the pass, high left side, attacks over to Miranda, who wants another 3, and he gets it again as Taylor has hit 9 straight from long range, and Miranda is 4 of 4 from outside. He's got 14 points. He and Degenkolb have outscored. They have outscored. It's Lincoln Christian by themselves. Parks over Degenkolb, no, and Hubbard is there for the rebound again. A virtuoso offensive performance by Taylor in the opening half. Degenkolb looking for 2 more. He'll scoop it in, but they call the foul on the floor. The stresses of finals have lifted weights off the Trojan players' shoulders. 5th one here against Lincoln Christian. Brady Couples comes in for the first time for LCU. He replaces Brody Hopkins. The foul was on Isles of LCU, his first. 23 to shoot. Crow gets it in, back to Miranda. On the inbounds pass, Miranda almost lost his balance, kept the dribble alive. Thompson knocks it away from Crow right into his own bench. 55-28, the Taylor lead. They've made 9 straight threes. They're 11 of 14 from deep, and they're 21 of 30 from the floor for a blistering 70% from the field. Degenkolb right side circle. Driving right down the lane, bouncing down low to McLeod, puts it off the rim, but it'll go to the line twice after a nifty find by the Trojans' leader in assists, Mason Degenkolb. First on Parks. He's the transfer from Bethel College. And here's 2 for James McLeod, a 64% free throw shooter this season, the first one Off the right side of the rim. Short. Robinson back in for Taylor. Degenkolb gets a much-needed breather. He has scored 17 points. He and Miranda, who has chipped in 14, they have outscored Lincoln Christian by themselves 31-28. Second free throw by McLeod, perfect. And James has got 3 points on the board. And Taylor up 56-28, their largest lead of the night. Or 57-28, excuse me. Nope, 56-28, I apologize. 1:55 to go. Driving his aisle, spins over Hubbard. Might have been blocked, it was. And there's a Miranda leaping rebound. Another board for Miranda. Here's Crow, wants another three, and that one's the first miss for Taylor after they made 9 in a row. But he gets his own miss and he'll lay it in with a left hand. Crow stole it and lays it in. 9 points, 4 over his season average. Here comes Lawhorn. Euro step short, and Miranda gobbles up another rebound. That's his 8th to tie his career high. Hubbard into contact off the glass and no, and Jason will be called for the charge. First on him, 8th one against the Trojans, and a line change with 5 fresh players coming in for Lincoln Christian with 89 seconds remaining in our opening half. So they will bring in, drum roll please, John Messer, Robbie Tucker, Jerome Foster Herman, Keaton Doty, and Charles Jones II. Actually make that no Foster Herman, make it Bryce Cook. So a fresh 5 on the floor for Lincoln Christian. Messer around a screen, left-hand dribble into the paint, goes up, circus layup will dance off the rim, and there's Hubbard high-pointing the rebound. 58-28, 30-point advantage, Taylor's biggest of the night. Miranda throws to the baseline to McLeod, whose shot is recycled out of there by Keaton Doty. Here comes LCU the other way. Here's Doty, left side arc to the cutter in the paint. Messer to Doty make that, with 58 seconds to go before halftime. They flip it outside to Charles Jones II. High right side to Cook. Jones II against Hubbard, left-hand dribble, knocked away by Crow. Diving on the floor is McLeod. A tie-up, comes the ball free. Crow will tap it over to Hubbard, but it's stolen out of the air. Lincoln Christian has it, goes through the hands of Tucker, who tried to go for an easy layup. 3 to shoot, left elbow shot. Crow smacks it away and gathers the ball in. He'll work the ball to Hubbard. One-on-one, left-hand shot good for Hubbard. Taylor players just diving all over the floor for that loose ball, and they lead 60-28. 60 points, the most points they've scored in a single half all season, or at least in the first half. 15 to go. Driving left hand, Tucker around Miranda. His shot is smacked off the glass by Crow, but the putback will go and drawing a foul. Looks to be Robbie Tucker. Make it Cook. First on McLeod, 9th against Taylor. First bucket for Cook. He'll go to the line where he is 2 of 3 this season. Trying to complete the and one. And he will not. Front rim short, tapped around. Robinson's got it with 9 to go in the opening half. Taylor leading by 30. 5 to go in the half as Robinson crosses the timeline. High middle screen, McLeod. Robinson to the cup, throws it in off the glass as the buzzer expires. Taylor will go into the halftime break leading by 32. They'll go into the break shooting 73% from behind the arc and 24 of 35 from the floor for their best offensive half of the season. Through 20 minutes, it's Taylor 62 and Lincoln Christian 30 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on Scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100 all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Welcome back here. We're back here inside Odell Arena. This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report, and at the break, it is all Taylor. They are all over Lincoln Christian. They lead 62-30 at the break, thanks to their best offensive half of the season. Taylor shot 69% from the floor in half one. They missed just 11 shots. They went 24 of 35. They were even better from three, going 11 of 15 from deep at one point, making 9 straight three-point baskets. They finished the first half shooting 73% from long range, and they went 3 of 4 from the line. Lincoln Christian, meanwhile, limited it to just 30 first-half points on 12 of 32 shooting. They were just 2 of 8 from 3. They came in at 40% from long range, and they were 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. Taylor's reserves in that opening half as well played beautifully. The bench for Taylor outscored the Lincoln Christian bench 28-7, and they almost outscored the entire team, or they almost tied the entire Lincoln Christian output, with the entire Lincoln Christian team scoring 30 first-half points and the Taylor bench chipping in 28. Taylor had 3 players in double figures in that first half, led by Mason Degenkolb with 17. Vincent Miranda has yet to miss a shot from the floor. He's got 14 on 5 of 5 shooting and 4 of 4 from deep. Other scorers, Evan Crow with 9 on a very strong first half from Evan. C.J. Pena with 5 off the Taylor bench. James McLeod with 3. Jake Hagelin with 2. And Jason Hubbard with 2 as well. For Lincoln Christian, they had 1 player in double figures. That was Zach Thompson with 10. They had 2 players with 5 points. Micah Davis with 5 off the bench. He scored all 5 in succession in the opening half. Cornelius Lawhorn with 5. Garrett Isles, had 4. Nate Parks and Brody Hopkins each with 2. And Bryce Cook also had 2 as well for Lincoln Christian. Playing without scoring in that opening half, Brady Couples, Walker Hartman, John Messer, Keaton Doty, Robbie Tucker, Charles Jones II, and Caleb Walters. So a blistering first-half shooting performance by the Trojans. Miranda also pulled down 7 rebounds. That's 1 off of his career high that he set last Saturday when he had 8 in the win over Goshen. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the second half here from Odell Arena. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report, and at the break, it's all Taylor. They lead Lincoln Christian 62-30 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com. Starters back on the floor for both teams. Lincoln Christian will get the ball to start here in the second half. It'll be Garrett Isles, Nate Parks, Brody Hopkins, Cornelius Lawhorn, and Zach Thompson. The Trojans counter with their 5 starters: Ryan Robinson, Mason Degenkolb, Jason Hubbard, Jake Hageland, and James McLeod. LC with the ball first. They trail 62-30 to start this second half off. Isles jump stops in the paint to the cutting Thompson. Near side, Lawhorn spins into Hageland, and now he picks up the bounce. Looking for help on the block right. Low bounce pass that Isles will gather in. Around the screen, the lefty pulls the trigger, and that one long right into the hands of Jake Hageland. Here's Degenkolb, 17 first half points. Hubbard wants his first 3, and he gets that one in transition from the left side arc. Hubbard missed his only 3 try in that opening half, and that gives Taylor their 12th made 3-point basket tonight. They are 12 of 16 from long range. Parks drives around the arc. The ball spun into the hands of Hopkins. Thompson, defended by McLeod, sets the screen right side for Isles. Between the legs bounce, got back to his left hand. Thompson head his team, spins into contact. A bank shot is no good, but they'll get James McLeod for the bump and a foul. Second on James, first one against Taylor here in the half. And here's Thompson to the line for a pair. He's 3 of 4, and he's made 3 straight after missing his first try of the night, and now he's made 4 free throws in a row. He has been the offense here all night for Lincoln Christian. He's got 11 of their 31 points, with no one with more than 5. A soft touch, and Thompson swishes both. Zach, 6'5", senior from Normal, Illinois. 2 free throws from Thompson give him 12. That's a leading scorer for LCU. And Taylor has the ball from right to left in white with purple numbers and purple letters trimmed in gold. Lincoln Christian defends man-to-man in black with white numbers and white letters. Their numerals and letters are trimmed in red. Right side, then Hubbard wants to get another 3. That one low off the right side rim. And it's rebounded by Lincoln Christian. Here comes Garrett Isles. 1:20 seconds into the second half. Taylor with a big lead, up 65-32. Lawhorn whips the ball near sideline to Isles. Hubbard giving him space. Thompson for the left side screen. Isles down the lane, stops at the mid-post left, and it'll be called for the travel as he tried to get away from the long and pestering Jason Hubbard. Taylor 12 of 17 from three-point range for a very mild 71%. They're shooting 68% from the floor, also smoldering as well. Robinson bouncing to the mid-post right in Hageland against the smaller Thompson. Shimmy shake, draws 2 defenders up through contact. He missed the shot but was fouled on the take. I think it's Brody Hopkins of Lincoln Christian, his second, and the first in the second half against LCU. First trip to the line for Jake. The first one. Good. On the other basket a week ago, what time is it? Almost 8 o'clock Eastern time zone. He had already ignited the Taylor crowd on Silent Night. He makes both. With that free throw last Friday night, Jake became just the 4th player in Taylor history to break the silence on Silent Night more than once, joining Casey Coons, who did it all 4 years he was at Taylor, joining Andrew Davies, who broke the silence on the very first Silent Night game back in 1997, and joining his teammate Evan Crow, who did it their first 2 years here at TU. A long 3 from the lefty. Isles hits up off the basket support after missing it off the back heel, and it'll go back to Taylor. Isles having an unusual poor night shooting the 3 ball. He's 0 of 3. He came in as LCU's best 3-point shooter at 41% and coming off of a 4 for 7 performance in their last game last Thursday. Robinson, no stranger to a 3-ball try. Hubbard with Lawhorn defending. Behind the back dribble, he'll bullet one to the near side corner, and McLeod. He'll accelerate, right-hand float shot up over Lawhorn is good, and that's the same exact move we saw McLeod pull off in last Saturday's overtime against Goshen. 69-32, the Taylor lead. Lawhorn up another move, no good off the bottom of the rim. Rebounded by Hageland. 3-on-1 break with Robinson. Dishing to the weak side, and Degenkolb will lay it in with the right hand as Taylor gets out and runs. 19 for Degenkolb, 3 off that season high. And Taylor up 71-32. They are pouring it on with just 3 minutes expired here in the second half. Parks on the near sideline around a Lawhorn screen. Robinson will defend. Taylor in the man-to-man defense. Hopkins left sideline around a Thompson screen. Keeps his dribble alive. Between the legs, got him to his left hand. Fadeaway right-hand shot with Degenkolb right in his grill. And Hageland will pick another rebound out of the air, his 5th. Near sideline, Robinson. He'll fire a three ball and hit it from the high left side. Third triple for Ryan Robinson, his first second half scoring. He's got 13, and Taylor's got 13 made threes. And that school record of 20 made three-point baskets could be in danger before the end of the night. Driving into traffic was Hopkins. He was able to get the ball to Lawhorn, into the paint and a whip, one to the far sideline, and Parks. Thompson against the shorter Degenkolb. Isles, a rainbow three is good over the long Jason Hubbard. A quick release there for Garrett Isles, and he finally gets a three ball to go after missing his first three tries from deep. A 74-35 Taylor advantage, almost 4 minutes in to our second stanza. Robinson around the Hagelin screen. High right side, Degenkolb fakes the three and drives, draws two defenders, down low to Hagelin against Thompson, who blocked the shot, and then the miss is picked off the floor by Garrett Isles of LCU. Robinson waits for him. Isles veers to his left, got to the left elbow, and around the arc it goes again. Thompson, a three over McLeod, barely glances the right side of the rim, and Thompson 1 for 3 from long range. Robinson runs point, no look dish. Degenkolb steps into a wide open three, and that one is just too easy for Mason Degenkolb. He's got 22 points, matching the season high. He's 4 of 4 from downtown. And Taylor continuing a stranglehold lead. They're up 77-35, 4.5 into the second half, and they've made 14 threes tonight. Now Hubbard will steal the ball away from Isles. A 3-on-3 break. Hubbard out racing everybody. Will step in and lay it in, but they'll call the foul on the floor before Hubbard could lift off. Second foul against Lincoln Christian here in the half. It goes against Lawhorn, his second, and that brings us to a media timeout. 15:22 remaining in regulation time. Taylor all over Lincoln Christian. They lead 77-35 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Taylor continues to be nuclear hot from shooting an offense tonight. They're 69% from the floor, and they're an unbelievable 74% from three-point range. They are 14 of 19 from deep. The school record for threes made in the game is 20. Quick inbounds play to Crow. His shot blocked. He'll tap it out to Degenkolb for a right corner three, and everything falling behind the arc tonight for the Trojans. Degenkolb with 25. He's 5 of 5 from behind the arc, and Taylor blowing out LCU. They're up 80-35, 5 minutes in to the second half. Thompson, bully ball against McLeod to the left corner. Davis will answer with a left corner three, and he has been a nice punch off the bench for the visitors. He's got 8 off the bench, and he's 2 of 2 from long range. And it makes it an 80-38 Taylor advantage. CJ Pena, Evan Crow, Vincent Miranda back in for Taylor. Miranda to Degenkolb, far sideline Crow, left-hand drive, draws attention of everybody. And Degenkolb will fake a three, steps in, 18-foot jumper from straight on. And Mason Degenkolb is cooking tonight. He's got 27 points. And Taylor up 82-38, 5.5 into the second half. Davis behind the back pass. All the way to the far side of the floor in Isles. He'll drive Miranda through a Doty screen, got into the paint outside the Davis, wants to say 3 of 3 from deep, and he rattles that one in from the right side arc. So Davis, the second double-figure scorer for LCU. The Indiana Wesleyan transfer has 11. And the Taylor lead down to 82-41. Almost 6 into the second half. Degenkolb driving right by Davis. Jump stop into the air to the paint, and McLeod for a right-hand finish on a nifty find by Degenkolb on his 5th dime. 84-41, the Taylor lead. Both teams going back and forth. Parks miss it, and then McLeod rips it away. And now Degenkolb will go out and gallop. He collides with Thompson, and the block will be called against the big man of LCU. His second, team's third. Ryan Robinson back in for Taylor to give Degenkolb a spell. He's got 27 points on 11 of 13 shooting. He's 5 of 5 from 3. One more three-point make would tie his career high. And Miranda 1-3 away also from tying his career high of three-point makes. Robinson will get it into Pena, right side circle, now left side circle to McLeod. Crow, high right side, Miranda, driving on Davis. Stops, left-hand bounce. Will run through trouble and flip it off to Robinson, who'll go right down the lane for a right-hand layup and the foul for Ryan Robinson. 15 for Robinson, Taylor's leading scorer. Foul on Isles, his second, and the fourth one against the visitors. Robinson, an excellent free throw shooter at 85%. And he completes the and one. And he's got 16. And Taylor up by a whole bunch. They're up 87-41. We haven't even played 7 minutes yet in this second half. Thompson bullies McLeod to the cup. Couldn't finish a reverse layup. And McLeod will clean the glass once again. That's his fourth rebound to go with 7 points. Nifty pass from Robinson to Crow. Caught on the left block. Outside the arc, it goes to Robinson, who bullets it cross-court right side to Miranda. Left-hand dribble. Spinning at the free throw line against traffic. And Doty defending. 13 to shoot. Pena comes to the right side screen. Robinson won't need it. He'll pull from three. That one hits short. Crow almost knifed it away, but it was gobbled up by Garrett Isles. Pena trails the play and taps the pass away, and he steals it away for Taylor. Robinson up the near sideline, around to Pena screen. Back to him, wants a three, and gets it from the left side perimeter. 30-second Taylor timeout as Pena makes Taylor's 16th three-ball of the night. They're up 90-41 with 12:45 to go here in the second half. So out of the Taylor 30-second timeout, John Messer comes in for Lincoln Christian. Same thing for Keaton Doty. Thompson remains out there. Walker Hartman comes back in. Davis remains out there for LCU. It's 5 freshmen on the floor right now for the Trojans with Bailey, Hester, Keegan Owen, Caden Newbert, Luke Huffer, and CJ Pena. Davis open for another three. He's been perfect tonight, and that remains so as he's 4 of 4 from long range as Taylor went under a screen, and Davis remains hot. 4 of 4 from distance. He's got 14 points to lead Lincoln Christian. And they're down 90-44. Are the Red Lions. Owen, high right side. Spins away around the Pena left side screen. 8 gone here in this second half. Taylor up by a bunch. Hester drives, out, try to find Newbert. Ball tapped away. And here comes Hartman running the break for Lincoln Christian. Goes into Owen. He'll throw it off the glass, and a play on is called as Huffer pulls down the rebound for Taylor. Waiting for help, he'll find Owen on the near side of the floor. Owen circling. Newbert, step back, rainbow three. That one just missed. And it bounces up high, and it's pulled down by Zach Thompson of Lincoln Christian. Davis will run the point near sideline. Owen will defend him. Back to Thompson, over Pena, 3-ball, no, short off the near side rim. And Newbert has the rebound for Taylor. So 5 freshmen on the floor right now for Taylor. Owen, Hester, Newbert, and Huffer all playing in just their 3rd game of their freshman campaign. Pena has seen action in now all 14 of Taylor's games this season. 15 to shoot. Pena fakes. Back up top between the circles to Owen, who runs the point. Taylor with the ball, leading 90-44, 9 minutes into the second half. 6 to shoot. Owen will try to take it himself on Davis. Between the leg dribble with 3. Hester's three-point shot is blocked and gathered in the corner by Messer. And now Messer will run the point, Back to Davis at the left hash mark. Newbert switches on the screen as Davis dribbles up top. Waves the screen away, and now the ball's spun to the near side corner. Around the screen goes Messer to the corner, and a 3-ball rainbowed up and halfway down and out, missed by Walker Hartman of Lincoln Christian. Owen for the rebound, near side to Bailey. Hester attacks, full flip it to the baseline left, and Newbert draws 2 defenders around the ball. It's spun around the arc. 90-44 the Taylor lead. Pena high middle screen. Owen stops and pops. That's 3 off the front rim, and the rebound hauled out of the air by the right hand of Doty. Davis with Hester guarding him at the arc. They want to go down to Thompson, and they get Pena for the reach-in as he was being posted up mid-post right by Thompson. Third one on CJ, just the second one against Taylor here in the second half. Caleb Walters comes in for Lincoln Christian, replacing Thompson. Everyone that is dressed has played tonight for TU. The only player not seeing action, Emmanuel Boitin, who's sitting out the game with an injury. Walter to the corner again. Messer cut off by Huffer. Pass will hit Walter in the chest and ricochet out of bounds and go back to Taylor. And now Jason Hubbard will join the fun as he replaces CJ Pena. So again, it's 5 freshmen on the floor, 5 out of the 6 freshmen that committed to Taylor this season, with Pena being on the bench because you can't play with 6 players in basketball. That's illegal. Halfway home here in the second half, Taylor with the rock. They lead 90-44. Owen drives, back tap attempt as Owen will throw it in, but no continuation. Though not for the strong cheering going on from his teammates across from us. The foul on John Messer of Lincoln Christian is first and the team's 5th. Owen tried to get it into Hubbard. The ball deflected out by Keaton Doty. Taylor still shooting 64% from 3. And after a couple of misses here in the last few moments. 4 would tie the school record for a single game. 5 would break it. Owen into Hester, guarded by the big man Walters. Hester back to Owen. Ball knocked away by Messer. Owen falls to the floor, keeps the dribble alive. Back to his feet, he springs. Hester drives to his right, weaving in, will whip one down to Newbert. He'll try to go over Davis, off the glass and 2 for Cade Newbert's first scoring of his college career. 92-44, the Taylor lead with 9:40 to go second half. Driving, scooping, missing, but getting fouled is Keaton Doty. Foul on Bailey Hester, the freshman from Columbus, Indiana's first, who is 6 feet tall, but he is super bouncy. We've seen him dunk regularly in pregame warmups, putting the ball behind his head and then throwing it down with authority. First one from Keaton Doty, long off the back of the rim. Just a 52% free throw shooter as Doty on the year. This to make it 92-45 in favor of Taylor. And that one will catch the back of the rim and drop down softly. First point for Doty on the night, and it's a 92-45 Taylor advantage with 9:33 to go here in the second half. Lincoln Christian led 2-0. It's been all Taylor ever since. Owen bumped to the corner. Huffer will pass up a 3, and the ball spun around the arc, now in the hands of Hubbard. He'll bounce mid-post left to Newbert, outside to Hester. High right side, Owen. To the corner now, and Hubbard. A contested 3 from the corner is short, and the weak side rebound is Walker Hartman's of Lincoln Christian. Left-hand bounce Messer to the trailing Hartman. Drives to the free throw line, down low to Walters, over Newbert. He'll bank it in for 2. First bucket for Walters, and that'll trim the Taylor lead down to 92-47. With 9 minutes to go here in the second half, as the Chan is defense from the Lincoln Christian bench across from us. Hester, guarded tightly by Messer after the handoff, behind the back dribble, to the far sideline, and Owen. Left side screen, Newbert. Owen goes to his right, back to his left hand. Ball knocked away with 11, goes to the backcourt. He'll dribble it with 8. With 7, with 6. Owen from the parking lot. That one off the back rim, but Hubbard's there for the cleanup. He'll be fouled on the putback attempt by Micah Davis. Owen had to let it go when he did. First on Micah Davis, the 6th one against Lincoln Christian. And Hubbard will go to the line for 2. Jason, an 82% free throw shooter. The first one perfect. He's got 6. Taylor put together their best offensive half of the season, scoring 62 points, shooting 69% from the floor and over 74% or 73% from 3. A little bit down here, but they've increased the lead to 94-47 with 8:30 to go here in the second half. A little hesitate and drive. Messer off the glass with the left hand, but he's fouled by Keegan Owen of Taylor. 4th foul against the Trojans here in the second half. And they'll send Messer to the line for a pair. That's Keegan's first. And the lefty Messer, first free throws of the season. And the first one for the Knox, Indiana native goes. Brady Couples back in for Lincoln Christian. First time we've seen him here in the second half. He replaces Micah Davis. And the second one good for the lefty Messer as well. 2 of 2, his first 2 points. And the Taylor lead down to 94-49. 8:20 to go second half. Near sideline, Hester, guarded tightly in the man-to-man by Walter. Newbert fakes the handoff. Owen has up top, runs his man into the Newbert screen, and they call Newbert for the moving screen. First on Cade, 5th one against TU here in the second half. 8:10 to go second half. Trojans up by a whole bunch, up 94-49. We look over, we see Micah Davis's former teammate, Ben Carlson, who graduated from Indiana Wesleyan a year ago, cheering him on from the stands across from us. Hester with the steal. He'll run all the way in for a right-hand layup that's smacked off the glass, and a foul is called against the trailing Walker Hartman for a push. First on Walker. And good to see you see the Taylor starters, all of them on the bench across from us, standing and applauding the hustle there by Hester to accelerate to the other end and try to finish strong at the goal. We've reached our final media timeout of the contest. It's with 7:59 to go in our second half. It's Taylor 94 and Lincoln Christian 49 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Same five on the floor that we left with Taylor. Hubbard, Newbert, Owen, Huffer, and the man at the line, Bailey Hester. He'll take 2. He's 1 of 1 his freshman season, and now he's 2 of 2. We'll reset the Lincoln Christian lineup after the Hester second free throw, which he misses off the right side of the rim. Rebounded down low by Keaton Doty. He'll give off to John Messer. They're also joined out there by Brady Couples, Walker Hartman, and the 5th man is Caleb Walters, who has the ball now. Away, and then Newbert smacks that shot out of there with the right hand. Evan Crow and C.J. Pena in for TU. They replace Newbert and Hubbard. So 95-49, the Taylor lead. They trailed 2-0. They took a 3-2 lead, and they have led ever since. Driving and passing. Walter met at the rim, no good. Pena taps it around. Crow will snatch the ball out of traffic and underhand it over to Owen. Pass in traffic deflected right into the hands of Owen. Over to Huffer for Taylor. Make it Pena to Huffer, now back to Owen. To Pena up top. Pivots and faces the basket. Waving Hester wants him to go. Nice move by Hester off the ball. Goes up and he's fouled by Brady Couples. Eighth one against the visitors. Hester back to the line for 2. Foul on Walters, his second. And back to the line goes Bailey. This one back rim, and it'll just bounce off after hitting off the high glass. The second one, perfect. 2 for Hester, both at the free throw line, and Taylor up 96-49. In their best offensive showing of the season with 7:14 to go in regulation time. Hartman, around the arc it goes. They bullet it near side. This will be Messer driving all the way in. He missed the shot. Looked to be fouled by Keegan Owen on the take. Nope, it'll be Luke Huffer with a hit to the head. First on Luke, 6th one against the Trojans. And back to the line goes John Messer, the lefty. Messer 2 of 2 tonight. And that changes as he misses the first one long. The lefty Messer, 6-foot sophomore out of Knox, Indiana, and Oregon Davis High School. And he makes the second. Messer, one of 3 Hoosier natives on the Lincoln Christian roster. joining Davis and Bryce Cook, who we saw in the first half. Taylor with the ball, up 96-50. Owen back to an open Pena for three, and he rattles that one in from the left side high. Third triple for CJ Pena. He's got 11. And that's a new career high for CJ, and Taylor up 99-50. Long pass to the near sideline, and Hartman, guarded by Hester, runs him into a Walters screen. Back to Walters, fumbles with it, hesitates, goes up, and the big man traveled. As Pena did a good job to just kind of rock up on his tippy toes when Walters came in for the pump fake. 9th turnover by Lincoln Christian tonight. But they have been done in by the white-hot shooting of Taylor, who continues to shoot at a good clip at 64% from the floor. Turned over and stolen away was Couples. Hester goes in, wraps Couples up in a bear hug. That'll be a two-shot trip here for Brady Couples on a bad exchange between Owen and Hester for Taylor. And now two of our officials will talk things over. Now they'll bring in all three. Once again, our officials tonight: Kevin Smith, Scott West, and Kenny Ludlow. Those three gentlemen, I think they're trying to figure out if this should be an intentional foul against Hester. And here's their ruling. So it'll be a basket interference. And here's the call from PA announcer Cameron Andrew. So the foul is on Bailey. Count the basket for Couples. And it'll be an and one here. They'll get Pena for the basket interference as he came back, try to block that shot away. Couples 3 of 4 from the line this season. And the right will miss it off the back rim. Crow is there for another rebound. That's Evans' 7th of the night to go with 9 points and 5 assists. Hester around a Pena screen. Hester holds right side. Left hand bounce, trying to turn the corner. Picks it up out to Pena, going baseline right. Fumbles with it, but he was bumped on the take by Walters. That's Walters' third, the 9th one against Lincoln Christian. And that'll put Taylor in the or keep Taylor in the 1-1. Bryce Cook comes in to replace Walters. Make it 4, I apologize, 4 Hoosiers on the roster for Lincoln Christian, as Pena misses the front end of the 1-1. The other Indiana boy, Jerome Foster Harmon. Euro step in around a Crow block attempt by John Messer is good, and he's got 5 on a pretty taken transition. Taylor still up 99-52, 5:52 to go, second half. Pena holding high right side, waiting for help. Now back to Owen. Pena stands there for the screen. Owen jets behind. Down the lane he goes. Right-hand shot blocked away. Try to get over 3 defenders, and for Owen's trouble, he'll go to the line for 2. Foul on Couples, the 10th one against Lincoln Christian. And here's Owen to the line for 2. These will be the first free throw attempts for Owen this season. End of his career. The first one. Back rim, bouncing twice and bounces off. Jason Hubbard and Cade Newbert back in for Taylor. They replace CJ Pena and Bailey Hester. Taylor led 62-30 at the break. They have continued to put the pedal down here in the second half as Owen makes the second free throw, his first point of the night. Only one man has yet to score for the Trojans tonight as they hit the century mark, up 154 with 5.5 to go in regulation time. To the free throw line, actually inside the arc goes Charles Jones the second. That one will roll off the rim, and Evan Crow pulls down rebound at number 8. Hester to Crow, almost knocked away to the corner, and Huffer is the only man yet to score tonight for TU. Here's Huffer right sideline. He'll try to get on the score sheet with a 3, and he does! The 18th made 3, and now everyone that has played tonight for the Trojans has scored as Huffer rainbows in a 3 in front of his own bench. And Taylor up 103-54. Dribbling away is Messer. Huffer all in his grill. Tight defense there by the freshman. Jones trying to spin away from the long Hubbard. Got the shot off but missed it. Saved on the baseline by Hubbard to Owen. Taylor up 103-54 with 4:45 to go in the second half. Owen drives, tried to go up, shot blocked, and now Messer will go for a gallop. Up the floor, he floats it up to Doty, who lays it in with a right hand from the left side of the glass in transition. First field goal for Doty. That gets Lincoln Christian to 56 points. They trail 103-56 with 4:25 and counting here in the second half. Owen picks up the bounce. Will bounce it over to Crow. Hubbard, high left side, down the lane he goes with a right hand, goes up to the rim. Shot was blocked. Still fumbling with it on the floor was Jones. The shot looked to be blocked by Keaton Doty. Pass high in the air. Owen will tap it. It hits the floor and is gathered in by Bryce Cook. To Couples on the high right side, around the screen, down the lane he goes, throws up a prayer off the glass. It'll dance off, and Hubbard's there to rip it away. He'll race to the floor all the way to Crow, who outlets, and he'll just miss a two-hand flush. Here comes Lincoln Christian the other way with Messer. It goes in. Owen fell down. Pass was deflected off the bottom of the rim to the trailing wide-open Charles Jones II for a three. First bucket for Charles Jones II. It's a 103-59 Taylor lead. Taylor will take a full timeout. 3:36 to go second half. Best offensive performance for Taylor this season. They're up 103-59 over Lincoln Christian here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Best offensive performance by Taylor this season. Just the third time that they have eclipsed the 100-point mark. Just the second time they've done it in regulation. They scored a season-high 105 against Wright State Lake on this floor back on November 15th. I should make it just the second time they scored 100 this season. They're up 103-59 here. Bailey Hester back in for the Trojans. Owen around a screen, out to Huffer, to Hester in the corner. Left-hand drive through traffic, got a prayer of a shot off, and it hits off the glass, but then Lincoln Christian cannot gather the rebound in. The ball deflects out of bounds and remains with Taylor with 15 to shoot. The Trojans have hit 18 threes tonight. That's 2 off of the school record that they set a couple of seasons ago, back in the 2016-17 season. Hubbard will take the inbounds pass. Defended by Thrash. Hubbard goes right to the cup for a right-handed finger roll. Hubbard with 8. Taylor matching their season high in points with 105. Step in, long 2, right wing Couples off the front rim, and there's a rebound for Newbert. 105-59, the Taylor advantage. Hubbard high right side will bounce it in to Newbert. Double team back to Hubbard, down the lane, whips into the corner, and Hester fakes the pass, long 2 from the corner. Rainbow no. Newbert will tap it into himself through contact, will get the bounce, and then Newbert will flex a little bit as his teammates across from us are super pumped. So Newbert flexes. That gives Robinson and Degan Kolb an excuse to flex as well. Their muscles might not be as big as Cade's, but we'll give them an A for effort anyway. 4 for Cade to complete the and 1. Off the back rim, but he gets the home court bounce. 5 for Newbert. Robbie Tucker back in for Lincoln Christian, replacing Brady Couples. Actually make it the first time we've seen Tucker here in the second half. And Taylor with a season-high 107 points. They're up 107-59. Bounce into the paint. Jones, a right-hand layup. 5 for Jones. So it's Hubbard, Hester, Huffer, Newbert, and Owen, the Taylor 5. That's 5 of their 6 freshmen on the floor right now for TU. 2:32 to go, second half. Taylor up by a whole bunch, up 107-61. Huffer thought about a 3, back to Hester, fakes and drives. Down the lane, he'll swim, win, and he'll miss the right-handed shot. Bryce Cook there for the rebound for Lincoln Christian. Messer up the near side of the floor as Owen guards him. Owen tried to back tap it away. Able to keep the bounces, Messer. To Jones, guarded by Hubbard. Jones trying to go to the baseline right, cut off by the long Jason Hubbard. Jones reattacks, throws one straight into the air. Ball tapped around and gobbled up by Hester. He'll go with a 2-on-1 with Hubbard, who calls for the lob. There it is! And a jam by Jason Hubbard on the toss from Bailey Hester. Hubbard called for it, and then he threw it down with two hands. 109-61 the Taylor lead. A miss on the other end and a Newbert rebound off the miss from Messer. 110-61 the Taylor advantage. Here's Hubbard, a three ball halfway down and out. With 1:24 to go in the second half. Jones fakes and drives, baseline left, stolen away by Owen. He'll run back. Messer the only one there. Owen goes right in off the glass, and he's fouled on the try. Foul on Messer is second. Taylor already in the bonus, the double bonus, so Owen to the line for 2 free throws. He is 1 of 2 tonight, and that one long off the back rim and cannot catch the front rim. Here's Jerome Foster Harmon. He's in for the first time tonight, replacing Charles Jones II. He's from up north in Indiana at Michigan City, Indiana. 1:15 to go. Taylor with a season-high 110 points. 18 made threes, 2 off the school record. And Owen makes it a 111 Taylor lead. As Keegan Owens fan club across from us gives him a very rousing ovation after the made free throw. 111-61. Taylor out front. Since trailing 2-0, they hit a 3 to go up 3-2. They have not looked back since. Ball almost thrown to the backcourt as Cook able to gather it back in. Messer, guarded by Owen, into the paint. Outside to Foster Herman. A 3 is good for the Michigan City native. A quick release there for the sophomore and makes his first basket of the season on just his second field goal try. No wait and delay in that, pulling the trigger there. Huffer's got to tiptoe the baseline, give and go with Newbert, knocks it away. No look dish to Hubbard, will fake, and they'll call Jason for the travel from the near side corner. 33.5 seconds left. Taylor well on their way to moving to 6 and 8. Their best offensive performance of the year. They're going to finish the night shooting above 60% from the floor in both field goal shooting and three-point shooting. Spinning, shot blocked by Huffer, but they'll call Luke for the foul on the Robbie Tucker turnaround jump shot. So Tucker to the line for 2. He's 0 of 1 this season. The loss will drop Lincoln Christian to 7 and 8 on the year. Taylor will improve to 6 and 8. And the first free throw catches the back rim and drops for Tucker. Shot clock turned off with 23 4/10 of a second remaining in regulation. Second free throw long. One-hand rebound by Newbert. Legs cut out from underneath him. And we'll head to the other end for a couple of free throws by Cade Newbert. Everyone that dressed tonight played. Everyone that played scored for the Trojans. Foul on Bryce Cook, his second. And here's Newbert to the line for 2. And Cade 1 of 1 tonight. And that one will miss short. Cade had not scored a single point in his previous 2 games. He comes in and scores 5 here tonight. The second one just will spin off the rim. Shot clock turned off, 19 seconds left. Messer will hand off here to Tucker for Lincoln Christian. They have the ball trailing 111-65. Going right in for a right-hand layup is Tucker. He's got 3. And Taylor will just dribble out the final few seconds here with 6 seconds left. They lead and they score a season-high 111 points. And they'll improve to 4 and 3 here on the home floor and move to 6 and 8 overall in a dominating win tonight in their best offensive performance of the season. They shoot 60% from the floor, 60% from 3, and they win going away tonight by a final of 111-67 here over Lincoln Christian tonight here inside Odell Arena. We'll come back with the Ivanhoe's postgame show after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on Scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit. Sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners to listen to.
We're back inside Odell Arena. Rick Johnston with you. This is the Ivanhoe's post-game show, and Taylor wins going away tonight. They win by a final of 111-67 to improve to 6-8 on the year. They are now 4-3 here on the home floor. Taylor fell behind 2-0 early. They scored a 3 on the next time down the floor, and they did not look back. They outscored Lincoln Christian 62-30 in the first half, thanks to a 69% shooting performance and going 11 of 15 from 3 in that opening 20 minutes, including a stretch of 9 straight makes from downtown. And Taylor did not look back. They hit 18 three-point shots tonight. They finished at 60% from three-point range, going 18 of 30. They finished the game 61% from the floor. They cooled off to a cool 52% from the field in the second half. Taylor was 13 of 21 from the free throw line. That is uncharacteristic. They came in as a 76% free throw shooting team tonight. They managed just 62%. For Lincoln Christian, they were 37 or 39% from the field. They finished the game shooting 42% from three-point range, but in the opening 20 minutes where Taylor put the game out of reach, Lincoln Christian was just 2 of 8 from behind the arc. They were 11 of 18 from the free throw line tonight. To put it in total, Taylor outscored Lincoln Christian by 30 from behind the three-point arc here tonight. Individual scores, Taylor, everyone that played scored tonight for TU, as all 12 players that dressed played, and everyone scored at least 2 points. Their leading scorer tonight was Mason Degenkolb, who had 27 points. He had 17 at halftime. Mason finished 11 of 13 from the field, a perfect 5 of 5 from behind the arc. He also dished out 5 assists, which is one off of his career high. Other double-figure scores tonight, Ryan Robinson had 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Ryan 3 of 5 from behind the arc, also knocked down his only free throw try. Vincent Miranda had 14 points for TU, all coming in the first half. Vincent actually was perfect from the field, 5 of 5 from the floor, 4 of 4 from behind the arc, the 4 threes, one off of a career high. Other double-figure scores tonight for TU, CJ Pena, also perfect from the field, 4 of 4, and 3 of 3 from downtown for 11 points. Jason Hubbard had 11 points as well, and also that highlight reel alley-oop. Evan Crow tripped in 9 off the Taylor bench. James McLeod had 7. Jake Hagelin had 4, Bailey Hester had 2, Keegan Owen had 2, Luke Huffer had 3, and Cade Newbert had 5 for the Trojans tonight. Double-figure scores for Lincoln Christian, just 2 for the Red Lions. Micah Davis led them with 14 off the bench, and Zach Thompson had 12 tonight for LCU. We'll take a break, come back. When we do, we'll hear from the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to open her. You gotta have the music that you listeners listen to.
Back here inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnston now joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Well, we've been waiting for you guys to break out shooting-wise, and I think going 11 of 15 from 3 in the first half classifies as that. Why did your guys shoot it so well this evening?
You know what, Rick? We wish this could have come maybe a little bit earlier. We'll take it, though. You know, our guys are capable of that. And best answer I can give you is I thought we took great shots. I thought we searched for each other. Our playmakers, really, Mason, Ryan, Vince, and that early group really sought to find teammates and just make it easy. And then that's our skill sets. That's the talent of these guys. They've got that ability. And then it seemed like the rim got big and the confidence lifted, and it was just fun to see them play and have a good time tonight.
You guys also assisted on 26 of your 40 field goals, so it wasn't, or 40 shots. So it wasn't like your guys were just jacking up shots and they were going down, kind of going ISO ball. How happy does that make you? Not only that the shots went in, but you guys ran your guys half-court sets and you had 26 assists.
Yeah, they made really good decisions. Might have made their best decisions in transition. We were getting stops and then pushing it really hard and finding the trail or the drive and pitch for the three in transition. And hey, if the closest defender's got feet in the paint, that's a great shot. You're not getting a better shot in the half court than that. And so when we play with that mentality and that balance, we think this team is special. And I'd like to bottle that and just continue to move forward. Obviously, if we shoot it like that, we're a dangerous out any night.
The bench had 46 points tonight. You outscored Lincoln Christian. The reserves did 28-7 in that first half. They almost matched the entire Lincoln Christian team total. When you get that type of performance, I mean, Vincent had 14 in the first half. He didn't miss a shot. CJ had 11. Those guys really carried the weight in that opening half for the reserves. But what does it mean to see the bench play like they did tonight?
Yeah, and we talk a lot about, hey, our bench needs to come in and bring intensity. You know, they don't necessarily have to do all that scoring. They got to bring intensity. We hope it's ratcheted up a notch when they come in because they're seeing the flow of the game and they know what needs to happen. We bring some good energy off the bench. So those guys did that defensively tonight, and then they made big shots. Once we get the whole group clicking like that, again, you get that output and made the coaching easy. And I'm proud of him. It was really good.
Evan Crow filled the stat sheet tonight, 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, and also had 2 blocks. I know he struggled with the shot a lot this year, trying to get his legs back underneath him, but he had a good stroke there going for a while, particularly in that first half.
Yeah, he made good decisions. He's got to have short memory with his shot. He's a great shooter. He's still a terrific player, critical to our success down the stretch of this year. You know, we're almost to the halfway point, and we believe big things are in store for Evan and this team, and proud of his maturity and the way he's stayed at it. He's been very resilient. He's a great teammate, great senior leader, so I was happy for him tonight.
So you get the first win of these 4 in a row at home. What's the plan before you guys take on East-West on Tuesday?
We got to get a little bit stronger and get a little bit cleaner in our action. We can always get better. We'll analyze film and then be hungry on Tuesday. We get a chance to it's Christmas break. We've got a really hard Christmas break. We get to be together and play basketball. You know, I can't think of a much better environment for a young guy here at Taylor. So that's a blessing. We're going to enjoy our time together, and we'll be excited for Tuesday.
And all those guys are cooped up in the Sammy Morris Hall all by themselves. So
the brotherhood, it'll be really good. Yeah.
Josh, congrats on the win. Thanks for the time.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Josh Andrews joining us today. We'll be right back after this.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
We're back for one final time here inside Odell Arena as Taylor wins going away tonight by a final of 111-67. The Trojans improved to 6-8 on the year, and they're now 4-3 here at home. Taylor back on the home floor when they take on East-West next Tuesday. They'll then take on Kentucky Christian for their last game before Christmas. They'll return home for 2 more home games with Judson on January 2nd, and they'll jump back into league play when they take on number 19 St. Francis on January 5th. Special thanks to Ethan McGarvey, our camera operator tonight. Well done, sir. We'll see him again on Tuesday because all the kids got out of here real quick when finals got done today. The last final happened at 3 o'clock today, and they were out of here by 5. And Upland, Indiana has now become a ghost town for the next couple weeks until the students return for J-Turn. We thank you folks for tuning in tonight as well. Once again, our final score here from Odell Arena. Taylor wins their 6th game of the season, defeating Lincoln Christian tonight 111-67 here on the Trojan Sports Network.